It's that nightmare again. Worse than before. Of course, every time is worse than the last. Dark figures of impossible size loom on the horizon, silhouetted against an alien sky. A harsh voice, if it even is a voice, intones in your head. This can all be over if you perform a simple task. Simply steal the Necronomicon from the Miskatonic University library and deliver it to us, and the dreams will cease. You wake with a start. You can't take this anymore. Your only option is to do what they ask. Time to steal the Necronomicon! And welcome to whatever this is. The Restricted Archive by Avery Heilbert on itch.io. I came across this. I don't remember where. It might have been on Twitter. It might have been just randomly scrolling through itch, to be honest. It came out last year. I mean, that's dating the video. It came out in 2023. It's a Lovecraft spook 'em up. I've been getting back into spooky, Lovecrafty, M.R. Jamesy kind of stories and games recently. I've played a few of them on stream, so I decided this would be a fun time. It might not be. It might be terrible. We'll find out. I can click on the returning expedition. I can go into the Miskatonic University. There's a loading area and a forest. I don't really want to run off into the woods. Can I look at the crows? 3 crows. How does the old rhyme go? 1 for sorrow, 2 for mirth, 3 for a funeral. I don't know that old rhyme. I know there's a rhyme that elderly people talk about magpies. Is that the same rhyme? Here's my confession for the day. I don't actually 100% know what a magpie looks like. I'm 99.99% sure that I've seen about 100 of them. I don't think I actually 100% know what they look like or how to spot a magpie. Let's look at the returning expedition. Let's ask them where they've been. They've been stealing cocoa beans from natives in Africa. A number of trucks are being unloaded, presumably returning after an extensive research expedition to distant locales. The grass here is thin and sickly, surprisingly poorly maintained for such a prestigious university. Maybe it just doesn't grow well around here. No, it's because of the constant buggins? The constant malignant buggins that are rampaging around this university and Arkham in general. If you don't know anything about Lovecraft, and that's fine. Miskatonic University is a fictional, I believe, university where a lot of the stories take place. He did the Stephen King thing before Stephen King, where he made up this like fictional town called Arkham, Massachusetts, and set most of his stories there. I think he references real places, but most of the stories are set there. Ooh, is this me? No, that's Captain Fowler and Jim. I was hoping this was me, that I'm some sort of edgelord. Hello, Captain Fowler, who are you?
Hey, you there.
Me? Moi?
Can you help us figure out how to get this warehouse door open?
I don't know where Captain Fowler's from. Why can't you do it?
Well, it's electric, you see. Not sure where the controls are. Usually Jim would handle it, but he's not in a good state.
I'll do what I can to help.
Glad to hear it.
I'm a random person. I don't know if I would be asking me. What's up with Jim? Are you feeling alright? You seem to be wearing a baseball cap a la Ness in Undertale.
It's just like in the book.
What book?
What other book could it be? There's none like it.
What do you mean?
I should never have read it. I was a fool then, but no longer.
Read what?
What else but the Necronomicon?
I see. In general, Lovecraft stories involve reading something or seeing something that makes you go mad. It's very telling of Lovecraft's own ideals. That sort of, cursed knowledge and all that kind of trope. If you don't know, he was a massive racist and xenophobe. Alright, let's try and open the warehouse door. The door is closed. Never mind. My puny arms cannot help. Can I go off into the woods? I feel like this is a terrible idea and I'm going to get eaten by a Yog Sagoth or whatever. A dense forest of towering pines covers much of the Miskatonic campus. Never mind, it's just telling me. Okay, let's go into the library. Hello, librarian.
Hello, how can I help you?
I don't know why they're all English, by the way. It's because I can't do whatever a Massachusetts accent sounds like. It's like Boston, right? It's that area where they all say like "ca" instead of "car." How can I find books on a particular topic? I'm not going to come straight out and say Necronomicon, please, because then she'll hit me with a broom.
You can look up books by keyword in the card catalogue to your right.
Thank you for the help. Over here? Good stuff. Can I turn off and on the lamp? No, but I can jiggle it like a psychopath. Just coming into this fancy library and standing in front of the librarian, just jiggling the lamp back and forth. I would like to look under... Oh god. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. It's under K to O. Shut up, everyone. Okay, it's not under O or N for Necronomicon. Back. Ovid. Why do I know the name Ovid? Kings, lockpicking, mountain ranges, navigation. Could be under occult, cults. Could be under cults. Phenomenology. I don't know what phenomenology means. Phenomenology? This quantitative analysis, Roman literature, signs and sigils. Could be that. Could be trauma. Vegetables, unknown lands, Xerxes the First, zoology. I'm gonna go with cults. Unaussprechlichen Kulten, section 8992 looks like it might be interesting. Okay. What about signs and sigils? The complete compendium of signs, sigils, and glyphs in 2337 looks like it could be relevant. Am I gonna have to write this down? Hang on, I'm gonna open up a notepad. 2337. What was the other one? In 8992. Sure, that'll be fine. Unknown lands? You don't see anything. Unknown lands sounds like it could be spooky. Signs and sigils, that's what we just clicked on, right? I think that's it then. You know what? I might ask her about the... I might just ask her about the Necronomicon. I hear this library holds a copy of the Necronomicon.
You've heard correctly. It's one of the most prized items in our collection. It's part of the restricted archives, of course.
Why is the access restricted?
It makes you go mad. Obviously, given my occupation, I'm not normally one to discourage reading, but that book is something else. I don't say this lightly, but it may be the only book that's better left unread.
Have you read it?
Heavens, no! It may be that the only significant book in our collection that I haven't read. I just can't bring myself to look at it.
Where can I find it? This random guy that's wandered in.
It's on a big lectern at the back of the restricted archive. You really can't miss it.
Thank you. Restricted archive. I'm going to have to break in there, aren't I? Let's go down the corridor.
Please do not enter unless you are Jim. Thanks, Jim.
The door is locked. Maybe... Okay, it's an adventure game. I'll need to cure Jim of his unending madness, then get a key into here.
Jim, please stop turning off the archive elevator. Dr. Smythe.
Everyone has the same voice. Professor Smythe will be giving a lecture tomorrow on the decline of occult secret societies. Ooh. Can I go into his office? Oh, you've got a beard. You're a beard boy. A sealed letter is lying on the desk, addressed to Professor Smythe with no return address. The wax seal bears a strange sigil. If I find that book, maybe I'll know what the sigil is. An MA in Divinity and a PhD in Comparative Religion, both from Miskatonic University. An MA in Divinity. Is that a thing that exists?
Can I help you? Could I have access to the restricted archives, please?
Who are you? Why should I grant you access? I'm just some guy.
A lowly student like yourself would not know how to appreciate the contents of that archive. I see no reason to grant you any access.
Can I stab him with a pen? A disorganized pile of paper, pens, paper clips, etc. Take some of the letterhead.
What do you think you're doing? Get away from there.
Sorry. Take a paperclip.
Really? Are you taking something without asking?
Can I take a paperclip, please?
I guess so, but just one.
Sorry, he hates me. And justifiably. I mean, horrible. Okay, let's go into the reading room, possibly? You have a gun. Are you joking?
How can I help you?
Could I enter the restricted archive, please?
Entry to the restricted archive is well restricted.
How could I possibly obtain any access?
You need approval from a senior facility member, like Professor Smythe.
Okay, thank you. Ooh, get access from Smythe. Jim might have a key? Spooky books. The mahogany chairs here look expensive, but not very comfortable. They probably don't want you spending that much time here. Hello, pig. A guinea pig has just run across my floor. I didn't realize she was in the room when I closed the door. Now she's just kind of scratching at my office door. Hello, pig. You okay? I closed my door and turned off all my lights because I wanted to have a spooky atmosphere. Now there's a guinea pig wandering around looking at me. Hang on. Oh god. Okay, I've never really had to navigate the stacks of a big library. A librarian's always done it. Well, that's 2997. Wasn't that one of the ones I wrote down? No, it was 2337 that I wrote down. Cool. The stacks form a maze of narrow aisles between towering bookshelves. You could easily get lost in here. Without knowing where you're going, the odds of finding anything useful in here are rather slim. 2337, there we go. You quickly identified the complete compendium of signs, sigils, and glyphs. It's an imposing tome bound in green oilcloth, which I don't know about. Difficult to miss. This symbol, sometimes called the Pillars of the Deep, was once associated with worship of a Mesopotamian fish god. This curious symbol is known to scholars as the signum carnis, the sign of flesh. Although the symbol itself appears to predate the Latin language, some claim that it is used as an official seal by members of the fabled Veil of Flesh cult. Is that the one that was on the letterhead? This sigil, the Fatal Pyramid, is now commonly used as a decorative motif in Greek architecture. It was once believed to have apotropaic abilities. I am not a learned person. This glyph, the Sigil of Traversal, has long been inscribed on gateways, bridges, and mausoleums, and other links across the spatial and metaphorical boundaries. It's associated with the sign known as the Mark of Janus, although the reason for this association has been lost to time. This icon, the Mark of Janus, is typically associated with the Sigil of Traversal for unknown reasons. The Romans associated with the god Janus, although the symbol predates the founding of Rome by at least 1,000 years. It looks a bit like a big old squid boy, or, and I hate to say it, an arrow through the shaft of a penis. The Three Needles is a glyph associated with blood sacrifice. Symbol is universal. Friend. This symbol is universally reproduced across all known cultures. Its origin and meaning remain a mystery to this day. After some time searching, you find a worn-out hard copy translation of Unausprechlichen Kulten, the Ultraviolet Cult. It is said seek to rediscover the ruined ultraviolet city somewhere deep within the sands of the Grand Erg Oriental. No idea what that is. They may greet each other with the phrase Gianor Artak. The followers of Hester, I also have that book on my shelf, identify themselves with the yellow sign, which cannot safely be reproduced in this text. They worship Hester, or the King in Yellow. Little is known as the Veil of Flesh. I feel like that's maybe what we're doing. It is said that they pursue a mysterious and terrible dark work with the aim of transcending the confines of human flesh. Transhumanists. Members may identify themselves through the mark of the signum carnis. Their passphrase is Katak Ich Wagaf. This is said to mean hail the incarnate deity in a forgotten tongue. The Cthulhu cult. Hidden corners of ports and harbours around the world, it is said that they carve strange idols and dream of terrible cyclopean vistas. They've been known to proclaim the phrase Cthulhu Fatagan amongst themselves. Let me look at your thing. That's not what I meant to say. What was that? Do I have an inventory? Can I just go back to it? Hang on, I might need to write this down again. Like, I might need to draw this. Well, it has an arrow going through a shaft, right? But it could be a different shaft, because it doesn't have the head. It doesn't have a glans on it. It's that one. It's the Veil of Flesh. It's definitely the Veil of Flesh, okay. And what did it say they introduced themselves with? Their passphrase is Katach Ibchazaznigath, is said to mean Hail the Incarnate Deity. Hello, Smythe. Professor Smythe seems surprised.
You're a fellow shedder of flesh? Why were you acting like such an idiot before?
Only to just maintain secrecy.
Speaking boldly about affairs of our order without first establishing trust is the opposite of secrecy.
Sorry, I apologise for my foolishness.
Regardless, if you do require access in furtherance of the dark work, then who am I to protest? Here, take the permission slip.
The professor signs something on an official letterhead and hands it to you.
Thank you.
We're gonna drive ourselves insane or release a Buggins or something. Hey, Jimothy, can I talk to you?
I didn't understand before, but I do now.
What didn't you understand before?
The diagram was wrong, but I've seen it with my own eyes. I understand everything now.
Right, I don't think Jim's gonna be much of a help, to be honest. Can I find maybe a crowbar to open up this thing? Oh wait, hang on, I have a paperclip. Could I maybe use the door is still locked. Use a paperclip on it. You don't know how to pick locks. Ah, I'm so dumb. Wait, there was a book on lockpicking. Oh my god, I'm so smart. You successfully locate a book, Improvised Lockpicking for Beginners, a surprisingly accessible guide in paperback form. It's not hard to pick locks. Well, it depends on the lock, I guess, but you can teach yourself how to pick very basic locks in half an hour. It's very easy. The instructions are relatively easy to follow and require only a hairpin, a paperclip, or similar small and malleable piece of metal. Okay, perfect. Now I can crack open this boy, right? Yay! You pick the lock. Turns out lockpicking is much easier than you expected. It is! Oh, God. What? Hang on. Hang on for a second. Please do not enter unless you are Jim. Please stop turning off the archive elevator. Turn them all off. Turn everything off. Or on. They're all in down position. Did that help anything at all? It opened up the thing!
Ah, you got it open. Great work.
My pleasure.
Hey, since you're here, do you mind helping out with something else, sir?
What do you need?
Could you deliver this thing, artifact, to the restricted archives for me?
I guess so. I'm headed there right now.
Great. Make sure you don't show it to anyone along the way.
Understood. You might be a spooky boy. Oh, I can go in the warehouse as well. This game is much bigger than I thought it would be. I saw that this game is apparently a few minutes to beat. This is fairly in-depth. A large crate is nailed shut. Maybe use a paperclip on it. No. Okay. If I get a crowbar or a hammer, I could probably access that, right? Here, have a paper slip or whatever it is. This looks... What was your voice? This looks legit. Feel free to enter the archive at any time. Ooh, it's so spooky. This is a Cthulhu, a roughly hewn statue of something carved out of greenish soapstone with a strange iridescence to it. An unusually large and oddly shaped skull. Some sort of ape, maybe? Time and tide wait for no man. Can't look at the crate or anything. I guess I'll go right, like a European election. Oh, hello. A grad student. You must be a member of the cult as well then, if you're in here, right? There's the Necronomicon. Okay, are you going to go mad if I talk to you? Any chance I could take the Necronomy for a while?
No, I'm using it.
Will you be done with it anytime soon?
Unlikely. I've been reading for 4 days straight, and I feel like I know less than when I started.
Without sleep?
It's pretty normal for a grad student. Besides, when I go to sleep, I see... Never mind.
Okay. You see an imposing grimoire bound in black leather with gold clasps and a title embossed in gold. The Necronomicon. Take it.
Hey, I'm using that.
Never mind. I'm gonna have to club her with an old vase or something. How do you get a grad student away from a book? You probably club him with a vase. I'd like to go in the lift, please. The lights are off down here. It's too dark to see much of anything. Turn everything on. The elevator is non-functional. Maybe it's powered off. Oh my god. Okay, this is trial and error, I guess. Well, this probably... I guess we'll pull them all down and then pull the bottom one up and then do trial and error. I might fast forward this for you. Oh, never mind, that was it. A crowbar! You find a crowbar lying on the ground. Absolutely take that. A covered object and some boxes. The basement is full of miscellaneous boxes of all sizes. Oh, a mirror. If I look in this mirror, am I gonna see like myself decaying or something? A mirror with a strange sigil inscribed at the top. Inspect it. The strange sigil seems significant. Oh, I have to make the Mark of Janus. Because this is the one that's the traversal. This is a portal. God, I'm smart. Oh, I'm too smart for video games. I should be in Mensa. In the meantime, I would like to go back out here and crack open this boy. You successfully pry the crate open using your crowbar. It's a portal! Okay. A mirror with a strange sigil inscribed at the top. Okay, well, I feel like this would have been like maybe another way in if we didn't want to do the... Although no, we had to get the crowbar to open this in the first place, right? Sigil of Traversal. Mark of Janus is... okay, it's the penis, but with an arrow through the shaft. Easy. It's that, right? That's all it is? Oh, no, this one as well. The face of the mirror suddenly begins to glow in a shimmering array of impossible colours. I don't know. Maybe I should do the other one first. Because I feel like this is more of a side. Oh no! The mirror shimmers with impossible colours. Enter it. Oh, Jesus. The ground covering is soft and organic like grass, but it's definitely not grass. The tall archway of unfamiliar organic material shimmering with impossible colours. Oh god, I don't know if I should be going in there right now. Can I, just before we do this, could I possibly, beat her with a crowbar? Why are you showing me this? Just let me read. Nope, never mind. Okay, we're going through the
Lovely
mirror. Oh, this is different. There's two different mirrors. Oh, God. These large sessile organisms could be plants, fungi, or something altogether different. The massive spikes of stone are obviously not naturally occurring. It seems wrong to call these man-made. The sky is specked with stars. Too many stars. You don't recognize a single familiar constellation. I mean, in many ways that hasn't helped me, to be honest. Like, I now have a portal that goes through a nightmare realm. Does everyone who sees the artifact end up like Jim?
Most people are fine with it. Heck, I've seen it myself, obviously. It's just Jim and one other grad student. One of the ancient lit guys, I think. Didn't take it well. Best to keep it covered just to be safe.
Oh, I could just go in there. I'm so dumb. I completely forgot to put that down. Where am I putting this? Somewhere in here? Where am I putting this relic that he wanted to use icon? Artifact. Just show it this.
Huh? Why are you showing me this? Wait a second. I know what that is. It's from page 742. But that would mean... Oh God, the diagram was wrong, but I understand why. Why would you show me this? Why did I read this book?
I don't feel good about that one, actually. I would have rather just clubbed her. You see an imposing grimoire bound in black leather. Take it. Nothing horrible will happen, I'm sure. I feel like I'm gonna get hassled if I try and leave with this giant book by the guard. I might go through the portal with it. Although, I might get scooped up by some tentacles if I do this. And I'm out. Yay! Finally, you are outside with the dreaded Necronomicon in your possession. You instinctively know where you must go. You meet in a wooded area at dusk. A group of hooded figures approach. One figure wears a medallion bearing the Signum Carnis sigil. Hand over the book, and it will finally be over. I mean, I've done it now. If I refuse, they're just gonna kill me and eat me or something. If I say yes, probably some sort of horrible monster will kill and eat me, but later, and finally, I can get some sleep. You hand over the leather-bound tome. Good. Your suffering will end now. The hooded figure places a hand on your forehead, and the world immediately goes black. You fall to the ground, lifeless. This is the end of your adventure. There's nothing else to click. That's the end. I'm back. Just out of interest, I wanted to see what the other ending was. I have been playing this game for about 40 minutes. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute game. Hand over the book and it will finally be over. Refuse. No thanks. I have the Necronomicon now. I'm going to summon my own buggins. Who are you to refuse us? We can take whatever we want. I mean, there's the other ones, right? Katak, Hail Hester, Cthulhu Fatagan. I mean, we can go classic and go like Cthulhu, like I'm a Cthulhu boy. Or we can go Hail Hester, which is, I guess, even more classic, right? That's King in Yellow. The Cthulhu cult seek to wake that which is better left asleep. We do not care for their doomed endeavor. The hooded figure places a hand on your forehead and the world immediately goes black. Turns out you can speedrun this game in about 30 seconds if you know what you're doing, which is, I guess, true of all adventure games. The journey is the figuring it out. Let's say their own thing back at them. Katak is hail the incarnate deity. But you are not a member of our fraternity. I was inducted by Professor Smythe. You lie. Smythe is an underling with no power to induct new members. Why resist? Just hand over the book and your suffering will end. You mean to kill me afterwards, don't you? You are wiser than you appear, but there is nothing you can do to avoid it. We command unnatural abilities that cannot be resisted by physical means. Will you at least answer some questions before I die? I see no harm in that. What do you wish to know? Why send me and not Smythe to steal the Necronomicon? Smythe is a useful pawn in his current position. While he will outlive his usefulness eventually, manipulating the weak-minded public not pubic, is always preferable to exposing our members to potential legal and reputational damage. Do you not already know the contents of the Necronomicon? We have all read it. We now seek to destroy this knowledge that it might not be used contrary to our aims. Where is that world between the mirrors? The world between mirrors? There are many worlds, no doubt, but I've never heard of accessing another world through a mirror. How have you been manipulating my dreams? Through our studies, we have achieved mastery over the deep dreamscape. The star winds that bring visions of distant Yuggoth and Nithon can be harnessed as easily as the north wind. I have no more questions. Show them the artifact! What is this? Do not attempt to distract us with trifles. Wait, I know that shape. Page 742 of the text you now hold in your hand. But something is different. Recognition begins to dawn on the assembled figures. That can only mean the diagram was wrong. The dark work is doomed. We were sorely mistaken. Our labours have been in vain. Some of the figures begin to flee. Others drop to the ground, tearing at their robes and moaning in an unknown language. No one is paying any more attention to you, and you manage to slip away unnoticed. You have escaped with your life, for now. This is the end of your adventure. Yippee! Christ. That was pretty good. I liked that. I thought that was a fun time. It gave me a nice hit of mild spookiness, because let's be honest, Lovecraft and Lovecraft-related media is never really scary. Like, it's never actually gonna spook you properly. But it has a vibe to it that I really enjoy. I would recommend this, and I'd be looking forward to anything else that this developer makes. I mean, this is a free game if you want to go onto it. Hang on. Avery Heilbert. The link will be in the description if you want to play it yourself. See if there's any more endings. I think there probably is. There's probably a few endings to this. If you liked this, consider subscribing or watching more. I'm very close to monetization on this channel, which would be a nice treat for me. So feel free to comment or like or anything that helps the algorithm. And subscribe. I am also on Twitch a lot. I'll be streaming later today. I'm doing this quite early in the morning. Bye! Stay spooky! I can't end on that.